Job 40:15 through 24. Job is considered the oldest book in the Bible. It was written sometime between 1000 and 2000 BC. So remember, when did we find dinosaur bones? 1677 AD. And so we've got almost 4,000 years earlier, 1 to 2,000, 3 or 4,000 years earlier, 1 to 2,000 BC, we have a book written that describes something very interesting. Look at the behemoth, Job, which I made along with you. Remember that phrase. Behemoth was made along with you, and which feeds on grass like an ox. What strength he has in his loins, what power in the muscles of his belly. So we're talking about a very strong animal here. His tail sways like a cedar. The sinews of his thighs are close knit. His bones are tubes of bronze. His limbs like rods of iron. He ranks first among the works of God, yet his maker can approach him with his sword. So what God is doing out there, he's going, look, Job, let me tell you about the biggest beast I ever made. And then I want you to compare yourself to him. Go on out, Job. Take a shot. See what you can do with this beast. And God is saying, look, the only one that can take the beast down is me. Let's look at some phrases here, which I made along with you. We're going to talk a little bit later about when the dinosaurs were created, which I made along with you. Just remember that phrase. He ranks first among the works of God. This means he's the biggest animal God ever made. Biggest land-dwelling animal he ever made. And here's our phrase. His tail sways like a cedar. Now, a cedar tree in the Middle East at this time, a cedar tree was a massive tree. It would be like saying, his tail sways like a red oak. That's the kind of language that's being used here. Now, I have an NIV Bible, and in my NIV Bible on Job 40:15, it has a footnote. And it says, possibly a hippopotamus or an elephant. Now, here's what I want to make a point here. All right? Whether you believe the Bible or not, let's just think this through for a minute. Is there any way on earth that those words are describing an elephant? They're not. Now, you might say, well, I don't know how it got in there, but I don't believe it. But still, is it? Let's look at this. Anybody ever seen the tail of an elephant? It's like a strap. It's like that, isn't it? Big old tail. No, it's like a strap. Remember, the tail sways like a cedar. My friends, for all of you who are Christian in here, you know, I think folks who don't believe the Bible today, they don't believe in a Bible that they really don't know anything about. That's my experience. But you know what? We who believe it, we believe in a Bible we don't know anything about either. Because we will translate a scripture and say that it's a hippopotamus or an elephant when God said it had a tail like a cedar tree. What is that but flat unbelief? I just don't believe you, God. But there you go. If you see that at the zoo, get out of there. Okay? Doesn't it fit this a lot better? Doesn't it fit the brachiosaur a lot better?